Oh my God, I am exhausted. So usually I'll do my workout and then I'll shower and then I do the recap video. But I wanted to show you guys in all my rawness how stressed out I am right now. Today was a hard day for me. I got slapped around silly today. I mean, I think if I didn't have any red trades today, I would be up like $7,000 to $10,000 for sure. I mean, I had several trades where I gave back 800. I think at 900, just like boom, boom. I'm just like, and then I would make some and then just give it back again. It was just a total chop fest for me. My big problem today, for sure, was I was just late to every party. And we'll talk about that in a second. I don't think my big size messed me up today. I was trying to size up. I had several trades over $20,000. I don't really think that messed me up so much. I think just my timing was off today. Kind of like by the time I saw any ticker moving, because I was maybe focused on a different ticker and I switched over to the new lead gapper, I was already late, and then I'd be trying to get some moves, and then the continuation was gone, and wow, it was so stressful. And then when I saw this big old red dildo right here, I was just like, that's it, I'm done. I'm walking away. Leave me alone, market. And also after my workout and after my shower, I don't want to look at these screens anymore. So I think that's another reason I'm doing my recap video early. Okay, so I'm up $400 today. I already looked on accident. It was so annoying. It was like 15 minutes before the recap video. I go over here to this tab, and usually my fills are open, but they weren't open. And then I was like, no, I saw what I was up on. I don't know what I would have guessed today. I think I probably would have guessed terribly wrong. I would have even maybe thought I was red. I don't know. Definitely not over $1,000 profit. And I would have said definitely not below $1,000 loss. But it was just so all over the place. I had a really hard time feeling where I was up on the day, especially because I was sizing up. But some trades I didn't have my size yet, so I was a little all over the place. At least good news, my swing trades aren't like massively red today, which is nice. It's like pretty much break even, but again, different discussion. Maybe this week I'll do a swing trade follow-up video, because it's been maybe like 2 weeks or so since I've done a swing trading video. Not much has changed besides me closing my pay safe position for tax loss harvesting. Okay, so let's get started here, and I guess we'll just start with the biggest loser, CNTB. This ticker's gone. This is not even on our gap list anymore, because that's how hard it sold off. And look at this, I did 600 fills today, almost 600 fills. That's over trading. I overtraded today for sure. So CNTB, it's a biotech, 57 million shares outstanding, 285 million market cap. It does have a catalyst here. We've been seeing a lot of biotechs and pharmaceutical companies this week, just like a ridiculous amount. Anyway, let's zoom in on this a little bit more on the daily. So we're, overall, this is a big sell-off, this ticker, and it's had a nice little front side here, but never with good volume. And today it was a gap up ticker with decent volume. But let's zoom into the 5 minute, and you'll kind of see why this ticker died. So, oh my God, I stopped looking at it when it broke the 9 EMA here. I got out for my last loss, but wow, I didn't know it sold off this much. That's disgusting. Let's go to the 1 minute so you guys can get a chuckle about how I traded this one. Whoa, look at that sell-off. This is why you cut your losses. I mean, this is the perfect example on why you cut your losses. So you would probably say, Alex, why did you trade this? This is clearly on the backside. And yes, you're right. It is on the backside, but give me a chance here to debate this. It's also on the 5 minute front side, and technically this was a perfect entry right in this area for a 5 minute support. That's why I traded this area. Unfortunately, I haven't seen this hard of a 5 minute crash in a long time, and it just so happens to be that I was in it with pretty decent size. I'm talking like around $20,000 or so. So it crashed very quickly. I cut my losses nicely, but still a decent size loss because of my size. I think one good takeaway here on CNTB is just, if you're trading the front side, be careful when a ticker is below VWAP on the 1 minute and below the 9 EMA on the 1 minute as well. I mean, that's on an aggressive downwards trend. So I don't really think it really matters so much what the 5 minute is saying at that point. So just keep that in mind. You want to be trading front sides on the 5 minute, but also front sides on the 1 minute. Those are the best. And I was kind of trading only the 5 minute at this point, and yeah, I got crushed pretty hard on that. So my mistake there. Let's go to LGVN. I'm up 70 big bucks on this one. Yeehaw. Let's zoom out to the daily. and you'll see this is a big backside ticker at the moment, but we broke above the 9 EMA, so that's quite bullish. We've had a really good 1,000% rally here on this way, and we milked this one several times. So LGVN is no stranger to us, and right now we're pulling back to some major support zones. So I guess that's why it's bouncing so much. On the 5 minute, you can get a better view on it. Let's see here. It's a biotech. 21 million shares outstanding, 275 million market cap. So definitely the market cap is a little bit higher. We like to see those under 100 and under 50 million market caps for sure. Let's see, price target news here. I really don't like price target news. I find price target catalysts extremely worthless, and they don't do anything productive to a stock unless there's a really good catalyst on top of that. Looks like some sort of phase 2 initiation trial here. So that's really the catalyst, not the price target. Price targets are worthless. Okay, so let's go to, actually let's zoom in on the 5 minute a bit more here. Nice big front side, but then it was stuck in the range and we never got back on a front side on LGVN, and that was kind of sad. Let's zoom in on the 1 minute even more and see how this one performed. Today the market open was so bad. It was such a bad market open. Like if we just had just a little bit more continuation, I could have had a huge day, because I gave back like in the first 5 minutes so much money that I thought I was red after the market opened. And that's kind of like typical. Market open is just not my thing. So LGVN, nice little pullback here, breakout, pullback, breakout. This is like a whole entire 14% move. Not that crazy, but it is what it is. The whole move though is 30%, so you got to remember that's not that much. Be a little careful with this one. Clearly it's not that good, whatever's going on here, because the 30% move is not good. You want like a initial first candle or second or third candle up like 60%. You want to nail that 20% pullback, and then you want to get that rally with big volume. This one didn't really have that. You can see I traded with smaller size. I didn't even get like any sort of range on this one, so that was a mistake. I didn't get any good trade here. So boom, late to the party. This is what I mean. I'm always late to the party today. Not always like always, but like today, it felt like the general theme of everything. And then you can see here, finally, I'm like, okay, let me get this pullback. Let's see if we can get some more continuation. Of course, no continuation happens. Here, I don't know what I'm doing. This is like extremely silly looking trading. I'm trading below VWAP. It's range trading, and it's not even necessarily on 819. Not really even a good 5 minute that well. Actually, the 5 minutes okay. That's why I was trading it. So I was focused on the 5 minute, which is not a really bad idea. Usually it works much better. Today it didn't. I like the red to green move on LGVN, and I wanted to trade it so bad, but all my attention was on LIXT, and both were having potential red to green moves, and I entered LIXT. That one had a really bad failed red to green move. This one had a little bit of a better move, and if I just picked this ticker, I would have been better off. So just keep that in mind as we talk about or get close to talking about LIXT. So red to green moves, LGVN versus LIXT. Really quickly, DTST, not much to talk about here. I think I did like one little trade on it. I'm up $100 on this one. Let's see, daily chart. Yeah, a lot of these, failed spikes to the upside and just sell off. There's probably so many back holders on this ticker. And we were kind of approaching this $5 zone. I knew this $5 zone was just major resistance. Let's see, IT service here, 6.7 million shares outstanding, 27 million market cap. I don't know, quarterly results or something like that. So at least it has a catalyst. But let's just zoom. Let's just go right to the 1 minute. You'll pretty much, you see the 5 minute right down here. Yeah. So this one, $5. I knew the chance of this breaking $5 was very slim, and if it broke $5, the chance that we would hold anything over $5 was pretty much zero. So I was like, okay, well, let me buy this pullback and just sell on $5. And actually, that worked really well. I just fumbled a little bit. I didn't, get the best entry. I didn't get the best exit, and my size was small. So I somehow walked away with only $100 on that when I could have potentially had at least like a $500 to $1,000 profit trade if I just got better entries and exits and normal or ideal size. But that's a fairy tale world, and that's just unlikely to really ever happen. For me, what works best is not perfect entries, not perfect exits, and not looking for a home run trade. Basically getting a chunk of the move and then running to the woods, because I somehow I never really get the full resolution. And I don't know if that's just my trading style, if I'm like a little bit too sporadic, but for me personally, every time I hold, it just only bad things happen. So MY, and you guys know that from my statistics, and if you don't know that, watch my monthly recap. We've been getting or not we, but I feel like as a community, I'm always so focused on the community. But yeah, I guess I've been getting good feedback on the recap video. That was really, really helpful, the monthly recap video. So I'll drop a link here somewhere. Check it out. I think you'll like it. MYNZ. Let's go to this ticker. I'm up $200 on this one. Extra double yeehaw. Daily chart, it was a blue sky setup, but it's been pretty much selling off ever since. MYNZ was such a disappointment. It was like the biggest disappointment today. It's a biotech here. 11 million shares outstanding, 175 million market cap. Okay, whatever. Quarterly results. Maybe that's why it is. Just a bunch of quarterly result news. I'm not a big fan of quarterly result news. Okay, 5 minute. Let's look in this one a little bit more. And just, it had a great front side and, 100% here. And, look who's getting in super late. Like, barely any trades here. 200 shares, 100 shares. What am I doing in this area? Snoozing. Finally, I'm like sizing up in this area, but the front side's over, and that was it. So it was like really depressing somehow, this ticker for me, because I didn't get any of this good front side right here. This was a 40% move. I think I made like $80 on this whole move because I did small share size. I didn't really believe in the ticker. I don't know if it was because the price, because usually I'm not trading tickers over $10, so maybe I was just uncomfortable. I don't know, because the 5 minute was on a perfect front side, the 1 minute was on a perfect front side. Where was I? I was just staring at this ticker awestruck, and finally I'm like, I decide to trade this ticker with bigger size, and it's below the 90 EMA. It's kind of extended in this area, or just maybe not extended, but just getting weak. So that, again, just totally late to the party, and there's really not much more to say on that. It was the lead gapper for a little bit. I should have acknowledged that. I should have jumped on with big size. I should have, I could have still been scalpy as heck like I was with my little size. But there's no reason I should have not made $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 on this front side. So yeah, shame on me for that. And let's keep going to LIXT, the last ticker here. At least I'm up $500 on this one. I was up, I guarantee you at one point, like $2,000 on this ticker. It's hard to say. I could figure out tomorrow when I upload my trades. But I had two big losers right after the market opened on this one. So LIXT definitely gave back a ton of money on LIXT. And tomorrow, my running P&L chart, I bet you, is going to look so hectic. It's going to be funny to look at. You guys can obviously check it out on your own time. Just go to tradejournal.co/Winkler and then my day trading portfolio. And then you have all the statistics that I have. So have fun with that. All right, LIXT, boom, zoom in on this one. What do we got? So daily candle. Yeah, another kind of failed gap here, or I should say another failed gap and go, because technically this ticker's up 70% on the day. So it's not like a failed gap, it's just a failed gap and continuation. 70% after this big sell-off is still actually really good. So biotech here, 13, close to 14 million shares outstanding and a 33 million market cap. That is nice. When I saw the 13, 14 million shares outstanding, I was like, ooh-wee, this one has that potential to just absolutely rip and fly because of those low amount of shares. And I was thinking maybe this ticker was going to get halted today, but because the gap, the open was so sad, nothing really came to fruition. Looks like they're soaring on positive data news. Okay, so yeah, biotechs, pharmaceuticals, they've just been all over the place lately, and it's really been the tickers to trade. I was actually surprised because we didn't see any of our former big runners today. Let's see, that was GNPX, NTRB, IMMX. We didn't really see much of those today. Maybe tomorrow, because they're probably holding their highs really well. So this ticker on the 5 minute was very explosive as well, and had a picture perfect front side here of 100%. Again, I didn't trade this first pullback with any sort of decent size. I did like, what's this, like $3,000 worth of shares here. It has a great 20% move. Who's not on that move? I'm not on that move, and I already missed this 30% move. Finally, I'm trying to trade here in this area, but I keep getting shaken out. I don't know why. That was another 16% move. So I'm leaving so much money on the table right now. It's borderline depressing. I finally get a little bit of a pullback here, but this is kind of embarrassing as well, because the move is pretty much over, and I'm finally trying to trade it. And then here we go. And this is really depressing because the market open, I had a perfect entry here on this one. 84, look at that. That's like almost the perfect bottom of that. It pops up 3%. I could have took my profits, I could have ran, but I really thought that we were going to get a least attempt at 3-1 and then a quick breakout. I don't know what it is. Every time I look for any sort of bigger move than a base hit, I get destroyed. I don't know, it's really a blast of confidence right there for sure. But I guess if you just try every time, eventually it's going to work. I guess for me, my problem is that I don't try every time, and every time I do try it, it usually doesn't work. So it's like this unhealthy psychological cycle that I'm putting myself through. So I should either just pick, take my base hit and then just walk, because statistically that's what works the best for me, or on all of them hold a little bit longer. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe in another month or two I'll have a better answer on that, because front side is my focus for now on. Anyway, we get that failed continuation, it flushes down, and then guess what? I end up closing here at 69, which is just about the perfect low of this candle. And that was like a 10% move from where I could have sold it to where I actually did end up selling at the perfect low of that candle. And just like that, I gave back a huge amount of profits, because this was a pretty big size. This was 4,000 shares on an almost $3 ticker, so we're talking like between $10,000 and $12,000 position size. Not like a full size, but getting there. Did a little bit of a bottom trade here. All my wins on this one just had really small size. I got stuck. I think I got even stuck in this flush a little bit, and I was just like shaking my head at that point, like really discouraged. I don't know why I'm trading this. It's below the 90 EMA on the 1 minute and 5 minute. It just looks really bad. I think at this point, this was a revenge trade, so this was my fault. This one, I should have just took my profits. This one should have never happened. And then, well, I gotta zoom out here. This gets so hectic. You can see here, I just want this to break out so bad. I think all these trades here, I'm like net negative. A few were profit, few were losses. This was actually a pretty good trade here. I had a feeling that it might have a test or a failed break of VWAP, and I wanted to at least get that failed break of VWAP or that test break of VWAP. I did not think we were gonna have really good continuation after that, just because nothing was really holding it well. And boom, look at that, then it flushed. So I'm pretty happy in a way, because I was able to, have a bird's eye view, be like, okay, we've been getting a lot of flushes here. Nothing's been having good resolution ever since the market opened. So I'm happy I didn't just take a stab at the dark, buy into this breakout, and then all of a sudden give back all my money and then be right on the day. So I think that was a good move on my end, but still, yeah, I don't know, wasn't great. Let's really quickly here just go to the 5 minute and maybe even the 15 minute and just look at this week's lead gappers and see if we can get some continuation. So GNPX, look at this one, big sell-off here. Finally broke the 180-day SMA, or the 180 SMA. Just be kind of careful with that. That's not a really good sign. Maybe we're going to get a bigger sell-off. I have an alert here if we get closer to $2, and then I might accumulate that one. We have NTRB. A lot of consolidation going on right now, and they're all kind of holding their highs really relatively well, so just keep that in mind. This has been a really good area, and you could have just been scalping this $850 zone many times. Let's see, 1 time here, 2 times here, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6 times here, pretty much. Yeah, you could have been making a lot of money on 850. It's not really my trading style, but it definitely works. Yeah, so for now, I'm just going to keep watching this one. This one could really rally hard at one point, so it's definitely worth watching if it picks up some steam. Maybe it's going to be a late day runner. And then we have IMMX as well. This one also holding its highs well. This one's actually looking much better, and it's forming a bit of a pennant pattern here. I'm not a big fan of pennant patterns, but overall, I gotta say, holding its highs well, and we could have a big breakout at one point, so definitely worth watching as well. And then remember I talked about PSTV yesterday. I said this one was definitely going to fail because of all those warrants it had. Look at that. It had warrants at $2, and it's been selling off ever since. So I knew yesterday this was my least favorite one, and I'm taking it off my watch list. I'm happy I did so, and I hope you guys understand why. Because of that S1 shelf offering registration, where there's just going to be a lot of new dilution into this ticker, and that's why it looks like it hasn't been traded so much in the past, but just because there's constantly dilution on this ticker. So be careful with tickers like this, because they only tend to go in one direction, and that's further and further and further down. You'd think, well, Alex, it's never really gone below $1. Trust me, this thing will be at like 70, 60 cents at one point, because this stock is literally worth less money per share because of that dilution. So if it even ever got back to, like, let's say $2, it would be more like a $2.50, $3 just because of that dilution. which, yeah, just disgusting. Be very careful. All right, guys, I guess we'll call it there. You know, $400, I can't complain so much. Could have been much worse, especially that last flush of the day. That would have freaked me out. Tomorrow, if I just see a good move, I got to get aggressive a little bit quicker. So that was my big mistake today. Yeah, hopefully we can maintain the progress and the aggression and the increase in size, because at one point, the stars will align, and that's what it's all about. Yeah, so anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to drop a like on the way out. Easiest way to support the channel. Subscribe if you're new. We'd love to have you part of the community, and like always, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.